just going to talk to you a little bit about our Team Alpha program and exactly who this is for, because we talked quite a lot in the past about who our ideal client is, and it's really important to understand that this isn't for guys who are just in the gym all the time, completely ripped to start with. This is just about ordinary guys. And to give you an idea about where we came from as well, because we've had a lot of the same struggles as you, and I think it's important to understand that. So for me personally, I really started training heavily when my marriage broke down, when both the kids were preschool, and obviously, as we talked about before, I wanted to get out mingling again, single again, so wanted to start feeling better about myself. I started training really hard. I found it helped with confidence. It helped me when times were really quite difficult, going through that sort of situation. I was happier, I was more focused, I could cope with everything that was going on a lot better because I was doing a real positive thing with my life. How about you?
For me personally, I think getting into training and eating the right foods, obviously goes into a lot more depth than just eating the right foods with our programs. For me personally, it was really about finding more of a purpose, because I think every guy has to have a purpose, whether it's hobbies or business. For me, my purpose is my business, and it is being in the best shape I can possibly be in. Coping with my surroundings, with whatever I'm coping with. So it really is having that purpose for me, and being a strong, a mentally strong and physically strong person. I think it comes across very attractive in terms of the opposite sex. Let's get real. Everybody wants to be attracted to the opposite sex. So for me, I do it for me, but it does have a massive effect on the rest of your life if you're trying to get into a relationship, or if you're trying to make a relationship better. I think even if you are in a relationship, you should be constantly working on yourself anyway, and possibly working together and growing together. But that's possibly a different kind of route we're going down talking. But it is a very attractive thing to have a purpose and get into training, and I don't think it's that readily available the way we kind of structure it. So
no, I think let's not compare what we're doing here to a lot of the other things you'll see out there, even in gyms which have kind of got the same feel to ours, but they tend to be a lot bigger groups, and we're sort of really doing very, very specific training and nutrition. This is imagine it's like personal training but better. I mean, we've been doing this for 10 years each at least, so there's a ton of experience going into this. We're not newly qualified trainers, but I think let's kind of just come back to what type of person is going to be our ideal client. What sort of situation have you got to be in to be thinking, do you know what, this is going to be for me? And I think you'd be quite surprised, just to paint a picture, that it will be the type of person that wants to make a change, is maybe feeling tired all the time or stressed out with kids and work and marriage, and just not feeling very positive or energetic or focused, and wants to make some change. But the thought of walking into a gym and straight into the free weights area with a load of meatheads is just never ever going to happen. So you're a little bit insecure about that sort of thing,
with no real idea of what you're doing anyway.
Yeah,
what you're doing.
So
it for.
Yeah, if you did walk in there, it'd be what I'm going to do. So it's really that type of person that wants to make a change, wants to make a real positive change in their life, which will impact everything else, but just doesn't really know where to start.
Well, I actually got really frustrated when I went into, because I spend a lot of time at Very Private Training now and do most of my training here. I actually went back into commercial gyms and saw what kind of goes on in there, and it's quite shocking to see guys, just on treadmills, cross trainers, still with their bellies, guys I've not seen for ages, still in no better shape. There isn't really anything for guys to get part of and get their teeth stuck into, which actually helps with nutrition and actually the real reasons of why they want to do it. Going on a cross trainer, going on a treadmill is not going to get you strong. It's not going to get you into a place where you can pick your woman up and get her against the wall and you know, just be an actual man, you know. So, you know, personally for me, I love being strong.
It's week 3 picking women in our program, by the way.
But you know, like, you know, being able to deadlift, you know, and personally for me, when I got back into training, when I had cancer in 2015, I got back into training and I literally couldn't do one press up, and it frustrated me so much. I almost like even just packed it in there and then. But you know, getting back into training, getting stronger, it made me stronger mentally again. It made me more confident when I went out in social situations. You know, I always trained for the mental aspect, not so much the physical aspect. I'm not bothered too much aesthetically where I'm at. It's more if I do feel strong, and you know, physique is slightly important the way it looks, but for me, it's how it transitions into.
I think
mentally.
It's quite right that, you know, we are going to be focusing on kind of loads of different aspects of life where, you know, we will be talking being mentally in the right place. We will be talking about nutrition and diet, which fits in around your life. We will be talking about really effective training and just making you strong. So we're kind of putting the whole package together and covering loads and loads of different things. So, you know, it's not a boot camp or some you know, just overpriced gym session. This is really quite specific stuff to you to make you look and feel awesome. So, you know, we sort of saying that, well, being ripped isn't the main goal here, but physically you're going to be looking tons better, which is just a real nice bonus. And what's really interesting that we always see is that people will come in saying, oh, I want to lose some of this, or, you know, I want to build some muscle up. And that's where they start. Now, 3 weeks down the line, the whole mindset has shifted completely, and they're talking more like, oh, you know, it becomes much more a performance training type focus where I want to be able to do this, and you just see how people evolve through these programs. And from a coach's point of view, that is just such a cool thing to see.
And especially, like, you know, you're saying it's not all about being ripped, but how you look in your clothes, or say if you go to work in a suit, or you go to work in a shirt, or you want to, you know, you want to look better for a holiday. I mean, looking better for a holiday is not really where we're going with this. It is how being fit and having, you know, a great posture and looking aesthetically better in your suits, how that's going to transition into your work life, mentally how it's going to transition into your work life, your relationships. You know, one day your wife might turn around and look at you and think, you know, God, he's looking a hell of a lot more like manly. You know, that's going to be a lot more attractive for her. So and especially the way you're talking as well in your relationships, business, you're going to come across a lot more authentic, a lot more real.
Confident as well. Confident. That goes a hell of a long way.
So, you know, this program really is aimed at someone who wants all these benefits and wants to be part of a group where we're all going to like help each other. None of this kind of stage one like masculinity where everyone's a little bit like you know, where a guy can't relate to another guy and they just like grunt at each other. That's not really what we want here. You know, we want people who are going to come and help each other out and all get better and feeling, you know, more like an alpha male together rather than just, you know, being alone and just wondering what the hell you're supposed to be doing, really.
All right. So what have people got to do to get involved with this program?
Well, we've got obviously our VIP list. If you're not on the VIP list, then you need to get on that. That's on our page where you can input your email. We're not going to be spreading much information out on Facebook because it is a little bit more controversial, our programs, than, you know, your typical sort of gym class. We personally want to keep it very almost like secret, the kind of the content we're sharing, because it's not for everyone, and you know, we don't expect it to be everyone. So if you want the information, you want the content, and you want the program details, then you've got to be on the VIP list, and you're going to find all that out.